welcome to a bright, warm, sunny morning in Fukushima. Plan for today is to climb Mount Shinobu, but to do that I need coffee and I need to get onigiri for when I get up there, so that's the plan for today. Don't know how intense the hike is, I'll find out when I get there. I'm sure it's more intense than yesterday's one anyway. It wasn't much. Now that we're rocking, it's time to roll. Onwards we go. Up here is where we're going, but there's a shrine along the way. Let's check that out and see the entrance to the shrine. Ohayo, gozaimasu. Exactly sure what those two old ladies were doing, but well, it's a Saturday, so maybe there was some event on. And they had cups for water and they had sweets, so maybe there was a run or something. Stumbled across a little event up the hill here. Not sure exactly what it is. Obviously a Saturday market, but yeah, it's kind of nice to stumble. Might pop in here on the way back. Don't want to come here yet because nothing's open and I haven't hiked, so I don't deserve food. And let's check it out. Smells good. Don't go. Don't want to get in the way of his photo. Wow. Keeping it clean. It's been steady uphill for about 15 minutes now. Even the school kids at the bottom, maybe, no, probably not school kids, but some group anyway, they're taking a break before it went uphill again. But no rest for the wicked. There's a temple at the end of this walk that I want to get to. Now, where I came up from that shrine and from the food festival, I could have went this way and it brings me to a observation deck or some lookout point anyway, but I'd rather go there on the way back because it's a bit closer to the food market, and also at least when I'm on my way back I can just pop in there. Hope there's no bears. Up these stairs is another way around to that first observatory, so I'll know that for the way back. I might end up coming a different way back, but I'll end up at that anyway eventually. Pretty steep, not gonna lie, way steeper than yesterday's hike. Actually, now that I think about it, I misspoke earlier. It's not a temple, it's a shrine up here. The Haguro Jinja shrine. It's still gonna be nice though, I hope. Nice and green going up here. Haguro shrine. I think Jinja means shrine. I think that's why it's marked as that on the map. Wow, it's lovely. just one other person in front of me, so at least I'm not the only fool walking up here. Down there is Fukushima. It's a little shrine on the way up. Another shrine. I must be getting close to the main shrine because the little shrines are coming thick and fast now. It's still very steep uphill though. Okay, there's a few people up there now. I must be close. The final stretch. Now this behind me is a giant sandal. Now, I don't know the significance of it, but I know every year in August there's an event where so many people carry it. I'm not sure the weight of it, it's a couple of tons anyway, I think. But nice up here, very relaxing. Actually, it's a pair, there's one on the other side as well. Just currently making my way down to the Shinobu Park. That's where the second observatory platform, viewing platform is. Making my way there, see what it's like. There's a good few people walking down in front of me. Of course, it's much nicer walking downhill than it is up. And I was about to say, when I got up, just before that rugged steps up to the temple, I was about to say, geez, there's loads of old people up here. But sure, then I realised there's a car park right beside. You've got no idea how happy I am that it's so green in Fukushima. Like, just compare it to the last few weeks, you know. Just gives you a bit of a buzz. Delighted. Especially when, like, one of the reasons, not one of the reasons I came to Japan, but our reason, included in all the other reasons, is that I wanted to see it like springtime, flowers blooming, everything like that, because last time I came, now there was lots of greenery last time, but like it was September going into October, so I wanted to kind of see the start of spring and follow it along, but hadn't fully went to plan, but maybe this is the start. Here we have Fukushima. It's only when you stand somewhere up here that you realise how vast it actually is. Mad. All the way. And on the other side it goes as far as I could see when I was at the other small shrine up the hill. Just to the base of the mountains that are way off in the distance. Even over here, you got the bridge that I went over yesterday to go to see the cherry blossoms. From here it seems like miles away, but when I was down there it didn't seem that far. Doesn't feel like I've climbed that high today. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it just means I'm fit and I'm good at hiking. Or maybe it just means it wasn't that difficult, but it looks like I'm fairly high up. compared to yesterday's hike. Now, all the way down here is a temple or shrine, and I want to go to. Now it's steep going down, you know, pretty steep, but that's not the thing. The thing is, because I'm a glutton for punishment and I like shrines and temples, I'm going down there just to see this shrine, and I'm coming all the way back up again. It's already been uphill so far, now it's down and then it'll be back up. Why do I do these things to myself? I don't have an answer. Now if I fall, at least it'll be documented, so you'll know what happened to me. Jesus, how did that old man that was behind, how did he come up this? Tell you, Japanese are built differently. Might go this way, looks a bit safer. Made it up to the other side of the hill. Of course I went downhill there and it went straight back up, but what can you do? Look at this. Bit of a viewpoint here, an unofficial one. Jesus. Look at that. My God. It's massive. Well, finally made it to the entrance to the other temple. Looking forward to the way back. It's very steep here, Jesus. Oh, I can go this way. Never mind, that makes it a bit easier. Steep steps as well here. Don't tell me this is the bloody temple, is it? Oh, wait. Oh. Ah, okay. Oh. I'll leave a little offering for after all that walk. I have to get my bag off me to get my coins. Be right back. Now, that was nice. I'm not going the same way that I came down here. Not because it's uphill. Don't mind that, I can deal with that. But if I follow the road around that a few people were walking by as I was coming down, it leads you to the other side of that observation deck that I was already at, which is where I want to kind of end up anyway, so I'm going to head that way. So in my video the other day in Aizu Wakamatsu, I praised these unclouds, and about 2 hours after I praised them, they started squeaking when I was walking in them. Of course, I said, of course I'm after jinxing it. Why did I even mention them? But this morning I was putting my runners on and one of them fell over, and I just noticed underneath it there's a bloody pine cone stuck between the ridges in it. That was what was making it squeak. So, not uncloud's problem, a nature problem. And up we go again to the other observation deck. Through a graveyard. The Yakuoji Temple bell. Finally made it to the top. I should ring it, shouldn't I? Yeah, definitely. Then we're just going to let it ring out like it says. see it's got these lovely designs and scripture on it. Don't know what it says, but as far as bells go, it's a lovely looking bell. Very nice, very peaceful when you ring it. You stand there. I didn't film the whole thing because it goes on for, well, a couple of minutes, but I didn't want to film at all. But it's nice when you're just standing there, the fresh air, and it's just reverberating. A little temple. No English translation on this one, but this looks like a nice place to eat me lunch, doesn't it? What a view. Onigiri time. Well, hope you enjoyed that bit of Shinobu Mountain. I thought it was nice actually, walking around. Bit difficult at parts, but you know, that's what you expect. That's where you get the pleasure, isn't it? The reward at the end of the suffering. But I'm gonna head back down now. Check out that food market that I saw at the start, at the bottom, at the temple. Hopefully that's nice. I'm sure there's something there to eat. Enjoy that bit of food that I had there. I sat there for about 20 minutes then, just looking out over the view. It's nice and relaxing, but it just makes me wish I had a book. Yeah, I should have checked when I was in Tokyo, because you have more chance of finding the international books in English language, but since I left Tokyo, not really much of a chance to find them. Maybe if I get to Sendai, it's a bigger city, they might have a couple of like book off shops. They might have an international section, but it doesn't matter for now. It would have been nice there to have a book, especially with the weather the way it is. Now I realise that in most of the videos I've done, they feature temples and shrines very heavily, but it's just the way Japan is. There's nothing I can do about it. They're everywhere and I love them. So can't stop that. Anytime I see a temple or a shrine, I'm gonna go up to it. Sorry, unless I've seen it before, but even then there's a chance that I'll go back to it and check it out a second time. Noodles, pies, dango, cream puffs. Food everywhere. Eggs and sausages. Sausages, ice cream, corn. And they sell everything. Everything. Well, I don't know what I got. I know I got dango. They're just rice balls. Sticky rice balls, but I think it's mustard with them. Usually they're sweet. But anyway, I'll try it out. Honestly, that was disgusting. I ended up just finishing it just because, you know, you're standing in groups of people and you don't want to be like, oh, this is horrible, but by the end of it, I was basically swallowing it without chewing it. Oh, it was disgusting. Mustard with it, like, tasted like the texture was a raw hot dog. Weird. Didn't like it at all now, I have to say. Not one bit. Oh. Well, at least I had water to wash it down with. You know what, I would have bought something different. to get a taste of that out of my mouth, but to be honest, not in the humour of eating anything after it. Now, I'm not saying it's bad food, like maybe she cooked it properly and the Japanese people love that, but oh, it's the weirdest texture. Honestly, it was like eating raw octopus or something, you know? So, oh, weird. So, on my way back to my room now. Plan is to go in, go toilet, get ready, and then go for a jog. I'm gonna go for a little jog down the river, so that's the plan anyway. Just gonna go in and throw my bag in. I managed to get rid of the rubbish that I had in my hand in 7-Eleven there, so it took a while, but finally got rid of it. I still had that coffee cup from this morning. There wasn't one bin along the way. Even at the food festival, no bin. Japan for you, huh? Welcome to my first run in Fukushima. Unfortunately, it's only my third run in Japan. I said I was going to run a lot more when I get here, but when you're walking 30,000 steps a day, it's not that easy to convince yourself to go for a run. But what is it like running in Fukushima? Well, it's very quiet. I'm running down to the river because there's a track all the way along. It's going to check that out. I'm feeling good until I get to the river. It's a bit awkward because in Japan there's a load of traffic lights and you can't skip them like at home, or else you get fined, or even worse, get dirty looks from the locals. So I don't want to be that bad tourist back at Gaijin. But once I get to the river, smooth sailing. Let's go. Once I get down here, pretty straightforward. Brings me in a loop around the smaller river, leading into the bigger river. So, with the weather today, I'd say there'll be plenty of people out running. I won't be the only one. I might regret this later though. Here we go. Coming up to the river. Honestly, it's the perfect weather for it. Couldn't have asked for any better. Barely any wind, just the wind resistance when I'm running, but I'm not really running fast enough for it to be too bad. And if I sound very out of breath, just because I'm talking while I'm doing this, that's all. Other than that, feeling good. I'm gonna run all down the other side and cross back over that bridge. Pretty nice out. Probably the perfect weather, to be honest, especially with a few clouds coming over. See the mountains on the end of the river. Lovely. Okay, I got to a different bridge, but I wasn't sure if I could walk across it. I thought it might have been cars only, but it's alright. I'd say Fukushima is a good place for running. Not much traffic, nice flat surface most of the time, all paved. Perfect for like a mix of city running and along the river. Just gives you a nice balance. Like I say, traffic lights, couldn't avoid these ones. Now, back at the guest house. Let's check the time. 6.92 kilometers, 40 minutes. So 7 kilometers, just say 40 minutes. That's alright actually, you know that? I was expecting it to be worse, but anyway, that was a little jog around Fukushima. Hope you enjoyed me suffering. Take it easy.